What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Fortnite replay review. Today we are going to be starting at retail and moving all the way across through Salty just for a little bit up into the hills and eventually into Tilted Towers. So going for this drop very quickly, we are going to land on the chest in the broken house. The important thing to note with this is the holes in the floor allow you to drop onto all different sides depending on what you're looking for. So we do opt to drop through one of the holes, grab a quick gun. Usually there's a shotgun or something there, so that's a good spot. We're just going to get our shield up as we get ready for this first fight. So this first fight, we're going to hear them before we see them, and we are going to make a play before they've even entered the fight. So what we're doing here is we're creating a box to contain them, and we're hoping that they will enter the box and we can edit it. Unfortunately, we're not super comfortable with this strat, so we can't really get anything out of the edit, but we do get behind him and finish him off with the burst. Moving into the next section of the replay, we do have quite a bit of dead space before we finally make it towards our target. So we see that there are some ramps built up here. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to locate the head of the target. We're looking around, making sure they haven't rotated away. We're looking to find his head and just hit it with the hunting rifle before the fight even starts. So we're waiting for them to stop moving or move in a consistent way. We're just waiting. And when he pauses like that, where he's standing from the bush, we just take him out with the hunting rifle. Moving into this next section of replay, we basically loot towards Salty, up and up and up, and eventually we are taking pressure as we ascend the hill towards Dusty Depot. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to build ourselves a little tower, and we're going to look down towards our target and take some shots. The important thing to note here is that we do take pressure from this side angle, and they are firing grenades at us. So what we're trying to do is pressure them while watching our angles and keeping them safe. So we're going to drop their entire fort very soon. There's only one supporting piece, so as that fort drops, we're going to drop in ourselves and move towards them. He makes a very fast build, but we're going to build defensively. He doesn't know where we are yet, so we're just going to keep building up. We get blocked off, but that's okay because we're going to turn around, ramp up. We're going to wall ourselves off. He's going to shoot it with the shotgun. We're going to wall ourselves, move up. We're going to wall to the side. He's going to come around our side if we look. He's outside of the zone. He's temporarily taking damage. I'm going to turn on player outlines for this next part. Here we go. So as you can see, he's all the way down under the ramps, and I'm trying to figure out what angle he's trying to hit. He's looking for supporting blocks to drop me out of the tower and ultimately damage me. So we're trying to figure out how to get into that fight and keep ourselves safe. So we need to get off of this structure. It's very high, and we see that there are actually two people. So there's one person up here, and there's one person on the low ground. We go to hit the first one, but unfortunately we do miss, but we're going to keep pressure on them as we move forwards. So they are engaged in a close-range shotgun battle with very little building, so what we're going to do is we're going to take back the high ground, and we're going to start pressuring them. So we're going to fire, finish off one, and then we're looking to pressure the second one. Unfortunately, it does not come to fruition. So as we move forward here during this build fight, he's making a very smart play of continuing to wall above him so that it's hard for me to pressure him. So we're just going to keep moving forwards, and as he comes around this corner here, we're going to make the executive decision to loot very quickly because our materials and ammunition are very good. He is firing some grenades at us, but they don't seem like they would be an angle that would be very conducive to him actually doing anything, so we're just going to move towards him. He's trying to double ramp, but we can't hit it. We are taking pressure from the side, so we're going to drop down and put a wall in front of us. As he continues to fire grenades, these ones seem like they're actually hitting stuff that we need, so we're going to drop down. We're going to try and hit with a pump. We're going to miss. We're going to keep moving through and pressuring his walls. We see that he's taking the high ground, so what we're going to do is we're going to move to the side. We're going to quickly finish him off with a pump while he tries to move to the side and retake the high ground. There, I probably would have walled and edited if I was doing this a second time, but for our purposes, this was fine. We know that there's pressure from the guy on the side, so we need to build ourselves up. And very soon, we have a guy pressuring us with the grenade launcher, so we need to wall ourselves off from the existing grenades and then just move backwards so that we're not taking pressure from him. So what we're going to do here is we're going to keep moving in towards the circle because we don't have very much time and we do have some distance to cross. So as he is up here in this high ground, what we're going to do is he's completely distracted, so we're going to drop him down into the low ground and then move back. This should force him to make a linear run towards the circle if he does not see us. So as you can see, he starts to try to run into the circle, and we finish him off with a very clean headshot with the sniper rifle that we had picked up earlier. So picking up the sniper rifle, looting in the middle of that fight was definitely worth it as it upgraded our sniper rifle and put us in a position that was very comfortable. So we're just going to quickly loot this guy and then get into circle. We're going to enter a very long kind of just sitting and waiting and evaluating phase, because we want to figure out where people are going to be established before we use our jump pad and move in towards tilted towers and take the high ground. So there's one guy over here with the porta-fort. We're just quickly going to med kit. We try and hit this guy. So finally we're in towards circle, but there's still no action. So the circle is eventually going to force us into the northwestern corner, as you can see. So what we're going to have to do is drop down and follow the edge of the map, because we want to avoid being caught in a crossfire. So we're going to move over around the edge of the map rather than through the center, and we're going to take back the high ground. So we're going to move all the way in towards this person's structure. Now this is very dangerous, because if they see us, we're going to have to wall very quickly. But fortunately for us, there's nobody up there. They actually put a jump pad in there. But at that time, I had to treat it like it was dangerous because it was a 1x1 structure. So as we move up here, what we're going to do is we're just going to put a single ramp. We're going to protect it. We're going to double ramp and protect. We're going to go up above. We're going to pull out a rocket launcher and shoot it. Turns out that was a jump pad, but either way, better safe than sorry. Moving into this end game situation, there are 6 people alive, mostly because there's so much natural cover from the buildings that it's very hard for people to be hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pressuring people with the 14 rockets that we have remaining. So we're going to keep firing rockets. There was one guy over here, so our shot was pretty accurate. We're going to fire over here because we see somebody over the back over there. We're going to fire towards the fence so they can't move over there. Basically what we're looking to do is freak them out and restrict their movement to put ourselves in a better position. So as this guy moves around the corner, we're going to fire a rocket. Looks like he's trying to dip closer in towards the back right. He's going to run across and out the building, and what we're going to do here is we're going to pull out our sniper rifle, hit him for 104 and then 32, so the most health he can have is 70. We're going to fire a rocket, and he's going to wait too long to move out of the way, and we're going to finish him off. Moving into this endgame scenario, there are 4 people remaining. 1 person is in this building. There's 1 person in this and 1 person in this. So there's 2 people in this building on 2 different floors, and then 1 person on the other building. We have to move in towards the circle, so that's what we're going to have to do. So as we move in towards the circle, we're going to put some pressure on this guy by firing a rocket and then breaking his roof. Unfortunately, we only hit him for 121, but that's a pretty decent shot. You know, strips his shield, puts us in a better position. So he's going to look through the window here, and unfortunately we are not fast enough with the sniper rifle to finish him off. But it's okay. So he decides to put some grenade pressure, but he definitely cannot reach us, so that's not something that we need to worry about. So we're going to drop in and move forward and just keep the high ground. So as we take this high ground position, we are going to be ready to engage. So we see that there were shots coming from this tree. We go to hit him, but he moves out of the way. Unfortunately, as we continue to pressure this final guy, what he's doing is just screening and putting up walls and screening and putting up walls, which is actually a smart play. Now this in-game scenario is a little bit interesting because we have the dynamic of this very tall building. So if he goes into the building, what he's going to do is restrict his movement. We hit him with a rocket right there, but he's also going to protect himself from pressure. So we have to be very careful with that building and our positioning. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drop down a little just in case our floors get broken as we push up here, but we're going to maintain the high ground. So as we move forwards towards the high ground, it looks like he's breaking the wall to enter into the building. We're just going to bunker up here. Now we don't know if he's inside the building or not, so we have to be very careful with it. So as this fight continues, we're just checking angles. We're trying to listen for his footsteps. We do hear him outside, but we can't get the we can't locate him yet. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to continue to hold, and eventually we're going to drop down. What we're going to do here is we're going to box ourselves in. We're going to check that corner, box ourselves in, and assess the situation. Because by boxing ourselves in, we take control, but also we're within the circle, so if he comes close to us, we're just going to take our own wall. If he comes close to us, we'll be able to finish him off. Now moving into this extremely small circle, what he's going to do is he's going to pull out his grenade launcher and start pressuring us. So we're going to move forward slightly, make our box a little bit bigger. He's going to pull out his grenade launcher, move to the side, and try and hit us. As he continues to pressure, what we're going to do is edit and make our area bigger. We're going to get hit with 1 grenade, stripping our shield, but that's okay. We're going to move up. We're going to edit the roof above us, and we're going to get up and over him. We're going to locate him. We're going to drop up and over. We're going to come under him at an awkward angle and finish him off. That's the whole replay. If you want to be part of the DG team, you know which buttons to press. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And as always, thank you for watching.